The only other time I will cut from my tomato plants is when I'm looking for suckers to replant. So if I'm propagating, I'll go ahead and I'll cut from my tomato plants. Other than that, it's just a backyard garden. This trellis is like maybe about 3 years old. I had some ornamental on them. I'm just gonna try to get some of the nails out. I shouldn't have used nail. Whenever you guys building things out of wood, try to use screws so that when you're gonna repurpose, if you're gonna repurpose them, or even if you're just gonna break it down, it's much easier for you to unscrew, and you can also repurpose those screws. But I made that mistake 3 years ago, or I learned that lesson now from 3 years ago, and I'm just gonna dismantle this and or repurpose it and turn it into a tomato trellis. Not even a tomato trellis, but some tomato sticks, because the tomatoes that I'll be putting these beside, they are already in grow bags, but I don't have like a trellis area for them, so I'm just gonna be sticking them and see how well they do with this system. Well, this system is good. This is just a simple tomato staking system that has been used for years. So before we go, I have this tomato plant here that it's about my height. I'm just gonna move it, put it on this trellis right here so that it can grow over it, and then put this shorter one that is struggling this side and see how well it does. But for the tomatoes, the new, or for the new variety of tomatoes that I've been trying out, they are not doing well. And for the old tomatoes that I've been planting for years, they're just doing what they always have been doing, flourishing. So I'm just going to turn this towards the trellis and see how well it works. So I'm just going to keep this one right here. If it continues to follow the trellis, I'll just clip it and let it just grow all over the trellis. But this one isn't doing so well. So this smaller plant right here, it isn't doing that well. So I'm just going to shift it a bag over and see how well it works. I did a bit of changing up with the birds. So the parakeets are in this corner right here, and it's like they're trying to get used to it. That's why we're getting so much noise from them. Normally, these are the quieter set of birds in the aviary, but they're just going at it for the past 2 days now. So I hope they get comfortable soon and the noise will be less. I'm just gonna see if I can get some of these nails out. If I can't push them back, then I'll just bend them. But this one came out good, so I can repurpose that one. Once I can get these out, I'll keep them to use again. That's how it is, guys. When you're on a homestead or a farm, you have to just learn to repurpose things, no matter how small or large it may be. Just practice to repurpose and you should be good. Because nothing is wrong with these boards and nothing is wrong with the nails. It's just that the trellis was becoming an eyesore, so we decided to just remove it. These boards can maybe go another 2 or 3 seasons, so why not use them up? And you don't want boards with nails hanging around the yard, whether you have small children or not. You just don't want board with nails sticking out of them hanging around. This staking technique for the tomatoes, this is the old way, this is the OG's way. So this has been used for generations. Just one stake beside the tomato and you tie it onto it. As of recent, we have been, playing around with other things to see how we can get the trellis of tomatoes, but most places, if you should look back years, even as close as the 90s, you would see that it was just a one stake and you would tie your tomatoes to it with like vines or maybe bark from trees, any of those things. You would just tie the tomato along the stake and allow them to grow. So this is like the simple but effective way. Let's call this a Toyota of tomato staking. Simple, effective, and reliable. You can't beat a Toyota. I'm just going to put a T on top because I already have these, but it's not really necessary. It helps when you're growing the tomato if you want to use like cord, strings to help them up. You can use it, but then otherwise it's just if you have the resources. I'm just using this now because these were lying around. So it's as simple as that. I just put the shorter piece across on top and then I'm just gonna stick this in the ground. With the single stake system for tomato, it is very easy, simple to go about, and whether you're growing determinate or non-determinate doesn't matter. You just cut your stake to the required height of those variety of tomatoes. So it does work. Let me just finish up these and get back to you guys. These are the 2 pieces of board that is left over. I'm just going to put them into my shed just in case I need them to do something else. So repurposing does save material on the homestead. I didn't have to run to Lowe's or Home Depot to get new board to make these that I have here. So this is 2, 4, 6 and 1, 7. So I actually got 7 stake posts for really nothing. So I have 7 stake posts here and I didn't have to dip in pocket to get anything right here just now. This money was spent 3 years ago and it has served its purpose for what it was at the time, what I was using it to do, and now it's moving on to a different purpose. So why not repurpose? This is right at the Green Tree Conure Aviary. But these are the tomatoes that I've been growing for years now and just keep on propagating the suckers. And these are doing very well. I've started even seeing tomatoes on them, so they're outdoing the new variety that I'm introducing to the homestead. But I'm still going to go again at those in the springtime because what I want to do, I want to test them out just to let you guys know if you're taking in those variety, if you're going to buy those online, which time of year is the best time of year to sow them. So I'll be doing the trial and error so that you guys don't have to. These tomatoes, they got used to this backyard, I can say. So they're well acclimatized and they're doing great for my backyard. Cut another piece just to get the top of it to be straightened. And then I'm just going to go down and I'm just going to take off these lower leaves. I don't heavy prune my tomatoes like what I see some gardeners do. I just take off the lower leaves that will touch, or when water is hitting the soil, those bacteria from the soil may splash on them and cause the plants to maybe have fungal issues. So I just go ahead and remove those. Other than that, I don't prune my tomatoes. Only other time I will cut from my tomato plants is when I'm looking for suckers to replant. So if I'm propagating, I'll go ahead and I'll cut from my tomato plants. Other than that, it's just a backyard garden, so I just need tomatoes for the household, nothing more. So I'm going to move over to the grow bags. I have a tomato over on that side, which I'm going to trellis. I'm going to take you guys along with me. I also have some tomatoes on the south side of the house in grow bags. I'm going to show you guys those, and I'm just going to take you guys along and show you what I'll be doing with those. So over in these grow bag, we have mostly brassicas on this side, but I went ahead and dropped a few tomatoes inside because I just believe in planting things together. So here's the little tomato plant in question. I think this one is a Kentucky beefsteak. I'm just going to put the stick towards the north side. This time of year, the sun is coming from the south side mostly, to how the trees are situated around the property. So the plant is going to want to grow towards the sun. I'm keeping it on this side so that I can pull the plant to this side more. So when it's growing to the sun, towards the sun, then I'll get a straighter tomato plant going upwards. So on this side we have some beefsteak. I'm going to go ahead and put this stick again to the north side of the bag. Well, this is not going to be strong, but I'll get it to be stable. I'm going to put these right here. In this bag here, I have 2 tomatoes coming. This is a passion fruit plant. I'm trying to get them on the other side of the yard. So wherever I see them, I just uproot them and then move them across. These are just some weeds in the bags. Here again, I'm going to stick this one right here. And that should be good. And you guys can see that these bags are packed with rabbit berries. These little round balls that you see in the bags, those are all rabbit manure. So I have them throughout the garden and the grow bags. So I'm all done with the staking of those tomatoes. I'm just going to go ahead and plant out a few extra tomatoes that I have here. I know it's a bit late, but I'm just trying with them anyways. So I'm just going to continue planting out. I don't want to make this video too long. So see you in the next one. God bless you all. Happy gardening. Cheers.